Hey y'all, it's me, Barb Hardly, and I just finished uploading my second annual holiday special. This year it is titled Christmas and the Hard Luck Lady, and I am the titular lady. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick, what's this all about kind of video with zero editing and one take because I am exhausted from getting this done. This special is way more elaborate than last year's. And it's also way more personal and way more intimate and a whole lot more like bells and whistles, all using iMovie, which is a garbage program. But let's get it going. Why a holiday special? Because I love Christmas and I love holiday specials. The Pollen Halloween specials are my favorite things of all time. And then, Rudolph, Frosty, Muppets, etc. And then, all the 70s variety shows. Except for the Star Wars Holiday Special, which is garbage. I highly recommend watching Disturbance in the Force, a documentary about the making of that garbage special. And I say that as someone who loves Star Wars. So when I became a drag queen, it seemed obvious that I would have a holiday special, and so I did one last year. I had only been a drag queen for 6 months, and I was like, let's have fun. I'm gonna put a lot of work into it. When I was a kid, I made movies and edited in Windows Movie Maker all the time. I went to college for TV production, so this is a no-brainer for me. But this year is different. I have been a drag queen for a year and a half now. I think that my makeup is a lot better. My wig, you can actually see my wig skills improving in this new special. And I've lived a lot more. And I'm currently also on disability leave from work for depression and anxiety and just a compounding over the past year. Basically since I'd started to drag, my personal life, well, not personal life, fine. Professional life got out of control, stress-wise. So I took a break, and I was like, well, if I have all this time this holiday season, then let's go all out and let's make a special that really gets into all of the feelings that everyone has in the holidays. Depression, anxiety, stress, all of it. I hope that by putting all this together in a special that it would be cathartic for people, or at least me. I'll be selfish and say myself. So that's what that is. The title, Christmas and the Hard Luck Lady, is a direct nod to Christmas and the Hard Luck Kid, parts 1 and 2, which are James Burrows wrote 2 Christmas episodes. First one was That Girl, Christmas and the Hard Luck Kid. And then when he was on Mary Tyler Moore, a year or two later, he did Christmas and the Hard Luck Kid, part 2. They have nothing in common aside from some thematic similarities. Both of them involve Anne-Marie and Mary Richards being alone on Christmas and dealing with the meaning of Christmas changing and being in Christmas in an unexpected situation. And they're 2 specials that I absolutely adore. And so when naming this, I was like, I'm the Hard Luck Lady. Let's just lean into that. And yeah, it's a deep cut reference to an old sitcom, but my drag name is Barb Hardly, which is a deep cut reference to a classic sitcom. Guess which. The numbers and songs that I chose, I wanted to start off with Marshmallow World. It ended up I wanted to start with Marshmallow World by Darlene Love because that's a really rollicking, kind of manic song, because I wanted the intro to this to be full force Christmas. No anxiety, I'm fine, it's gonna be Christmas. But then while we were hanging up these icicle lights, my husband and I put on all the Cher Christmas specials. And she did a version of We Need a Little Christmas, which is a song that I mainly know from A Muppet Family Christmas. And it's insane. I did not know that song was originally from the musical Mame? M-A-M-E. Originally performed by Angela Lansbury, didn't know that. And then Lucille Ball did it in the movie. And I listened to those versions, and neither of them captured the frenzy of the Cher version. So even though, I like 70s Cher just fine, and I have kind of no opinions on her overall. I think she's great, just generally. not a huge Cher fan, but I thought that version really worked with the mood. So I replaced Marshmallow World with that. The second number, To Heck with Old Santa Claus, was I always wanted to do that. I wanted to do another Loretta Lynn song last year and I didn't do it. But yeah, that's just like a great Loretta Lynn song. And being from Tennessee and having been to Hurricane Mills, which is Loretta's compound in Tennessee, like they dirt bike racing and stuff there. They did before she passed. Maybe they still do. I wanted to honor her because like her Christmas album is great, and she has a whole lot of songs about fighting Santa Claus. And I think if you want to capture hating Christmas or being angry, then To Heck with Old Santa Claus, that'll do it. The third number, so last year I did Santa Baby, and I really loved it because I love getting to be like a showgirl. I just think it's funny for me to be like a little, Christmas trollop or something. And so I wanted to do another number like that. And, and I already had the gold feathered bodysuit. And so I thought that would work for Santa Cinderfella, which is from the Dick Van Dyke Show Christmas episode, The Alan Brady Show Presents, performed by the amazing Rosemary. And it's such a great song that was written for a sitcom episode. It's not even I don't know if anyone else has ever performed it. My YouTube cover of it, when you search for it on Google, my video pops up, which is very surreal, because if you're looking for Rosemary, you're not going to be satisfied with this. But yeah, so I wanted to do that number, and I love that. And it's in color on my YouTube page as a standalone music video, but then when editing it, I was like, oh, it looks really nice as it originally appeared on the Dick Van Dyke Show, black and white and kind of grainy. So I left it like that. Is there anything else special about that? And then, just like in my special, things take a turn. This was originally going to be Silver Bells, because last year I did Bing Crosby's Jingle Bells with the Andrews Sisters, and I liked doing drag as a man, because this is also drag, honey. I mean, this is performing classic masculinity, which is my default form. I wanted to do that mixed with wearing the elaborate red gown that I have, a duet. And there was actually a version of Silver Bells that is a duet. And I was going to do that, and it was going to actually be elaborate, and I was going to try to film outside, dressed as a woman. Which, I don't know, taboo in my neighborhood in Queens? I don't know. But when I love this Casey Musgraves song, which I first heard in her Christmas special, because I'm not like a huge Casey Musgraves fan, but I love that holiday special, obviously. And when I kept listening to it, it would get stuck in my head, and it was like, well, this is the heart of my special. This is exactly what I want to say. This is ultimately what it is about, is that Christmas makes me cry. Gotta start crying right now. And so, I was going to do a version where I would sing half of it in a tuxedo as Brett, lip syncing to it, and then it would do a kind of like a 70s, zoom over the shoulder and dissolve into Barb and the look that I have, the gorgeous gown and the huge hair, which I styled first time, successfully styling a huge wig, very happy. But when I did the drag portion first, because, do the drag portion, get all of it off, get into a tuxedo, do the guy portion. But after doing it, I felt so beautiful. I just felt amazing, and beautiful, in that look. And it just ended up making sense that I would be singing that song to my family in that. Because they know me in a tuxedo. They know me like this. I desperately want them to know me as Barb. So I put all my emotion into that, and Then I filtered it to make it look like the kind of good old country music singing shows that my grandfather would watch all the time. And yeah, that's that. And then Christmas wrapping was going to be a whole other thing. I have another look. I have a gorgeous, you can see it on my Instagram, pink and white kind of peppermint stripe gown, all sequins, that I wanted to wear and perform that. And I wanted it to be like a one shot of me going from my apartment up the stairwell up onto the roof, where I would be free out of all the captivity of my walls, and and then I would throughout like intersperse little clips of me and all the other looks singing it. But after doing Christmas Makes Me Cry and deciding to cut the tuxedo part, I was exhausted, and doing the special and getting it done had been driving me crazy for like 3 weeks. So I decided to not make it complicated, because my inclinations make everything complicated. And so I just did took a really long time, a really complicated edit of 5 different looks, all doing the same number. And thus that was Christmas wrapping. Yeah, and then that's everything. The revelation that I have on camera is a real revelation. I actually did not know what the Christmas special was going to be about. I was going to leave it as just like, my problems aren't solved. I'm still going to be depressed. I am taking medication, but I'm working through it, and Christmas is all about feeling. That was what it was going to be. And then I, while recording, felt like a gorgeous woman. Like I felt great after talking about what drag means to me and what it has done to the little gay boy that was so stifled. I just had that revelation on camera, and yeah, so that's it. Yeah, I mean, that's about everything. I mean, the dedications, it is dedicated to the eternal memory of Ms. Chen and Bong, because just putting Matthew Perry felt incongruous with, I don't know, the special. I love Matthew Perry, and I love Friends. And I know that, the show got very homophobic in its latter half. The character of Chandler, if they had made Chandler gay, I probably would have come out about 10 years earlier. It would have helped, but they didn't. But anyway, he means a lot to me in my own personal development as a comedian and human with a brain. So I had to dedicate it to him some way. And of course I had to, everything I do as a drag queen is for Chrissy, one of my best friends who passed away just after I became a queen, and I inherited, or was given, a lot of her makeup, and so almost everything that I wear on my face is from her. So it's always for Chrissy. But Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Season's greetings. Please watch the special. And that's it. Oh, and I love my husband Sebastian and my 2 cats, Jean and Dolores.